Welcome to the Coffee House, where we discuss board games, miniatures, and painting them, not necessarily in that order. If any of those things appeal to you, consider hitting that subscription button down below if you're not already subscribed, and give this video a thumbs up. It seriously helps the channel grow, and I greatly appreciate it. Let's jump into today's episode. So we just keep plugging along on Cthulhu Death May Die. I hope you guys are having fun. Today's episode is a pretty simple one. There's nothing too fancy, but we are tackling the Cthonian. Now, the only thing of major note is that this thing has a lot of texture. It's really spiny. The textures are really deep. It is kind of a pain in the butt to get full coverage just because of the sculpt itself. You're going to miss a lot of spots, and as you're kind of painting through the model, doing these different phases, you're going to see like, I missed that spot. Oh, I missed that spot. Oh my God, how do I get to that spot? Totally normal. It's all good. Just keep a sharp eye, keep as sharp an eye as you can, but that's really the only thing of note for this model. It's going to soak up a lot of paint, so just be prepared for that. Other than that, I'm going to stop rambling and let's get into the painting. Here we have the Cthonian primed in all gray, 100% coverage as usual. We're going to start with Noble Skin Speed Paint, and this is going to cover the entire carapace of this model. I don't get to use this color very often because in my opinion it only really looks good on certain surfaces and really contrasts on certain surfaces, and this model is one of them. As I said in my intro, full coverage on this model is a gigantic pain in the ass. All these spines, all these textures, all this roughness, it is really, really hard to get 100% opaque coverage on this model. The only thing I can tell you is to be patient and go really, really heavy on the paint. I mean, saturate this thing in paint. So these barbed tentacle things, we're only going on that noble skin about 3/4 of the way up. As you can see, there is a reason for that. Just follow along and follow me. I promise there is a rhyme to my reason. This model is also a pain just because of the sculpt itself, the way it twists upon itself and turns into itself. It's hard. It's got a lot of those hard to reach places. Just be patient. Cram that brush in there as best as you can. The good news is you don't really have to be careful here. And then we're going to move on to the main body. Once that is done, again, same color, that noble skin. We're going to cover everything except for those fleshy little tendrils that are sticking out of the front and sides. And just like those barbed tentacles protruding from the body, for the main head here, again, we're only going to come down about 3/4 of the way with this noble skin color. So now we're going to take some Crusader skin, and I'm going to show you why. So we're going to do some wet blending here. So we're just going to dab that noble skin a little bit further down just so that we have some wet paint to work with. And then we're going to go to the tip of the model where everything kind of starts spewing out there, and we're going to hit it with that Crusader skin. And then we're going to brush that Crusader skin up into the noble skin. And it's going to create a really nice transition effect where it lightens the closer you get to the mouth of the creature, I guess is what it is. I'm just stroking that Crusader skin up into the noble skin. Now for here, we're going to take Poppy Red, which is a lovely red, and we're going to go ahead and hit these protruding tendrils from the mouth thing. Don't worry if you get some of this red on that carapace. Your paint should still be wet at this point, and again, it will just kind of create a nice blending transitional effect. Just make sure you get full coverage on these, and on the inside. You want to go particularly heavy along the inside of this mouth thing. Let me go back to finishing up the body. So noble skin again, getting underneath those tentacles, shooting out from the sides. Being as careful as we can to not get paint on them, but if we do, no big deal. We'll just fix it with our trusty blend of matte white and ash gray, assuming you primed your mini in gray. Along the top here, full coverage. And along the bottom, careful to avoid those claws sticking out and the fleshy tentacles spewing from inside. As you can see, for this whole model, pretty much I've used a big, beefy brush that I can get a lot of paint on. It's going to make your life a lot easier. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous for painting. Now the same thing that we did for the mouth of the creature, we're going to do here as well. So we're hitting the tips with that Crusader skin. And we're going pretty heavy with it, and then we're going to brush it into the noble skin and bleed the two colors together while they're still wet. At this point, obviously, you're going to have to add more noble skin, and that is why we stopped exactly where we did, so that we can easily bleed those two together. We can blend them together, we can brush them into each other to create that nice, smooth, gentle gradient between the two colors. Is this necessary for this model? No, but given the sculpt of the model, I just wanted to create some variance, some contrast, and some different hues on it, and I felt like this was the easiest way to do that. So now to the fun part. Aged hide, our trusty aged hide, and we're just going to slap it all over these fleshy tentacles that are all over the model. Again, you don't have to worry about being too heavy, and you don't have to worry about being too light. You just want that full coverage. Both sides. And the front. God, this thing's ugly. And we're also going to hit these little tongues sticking out of his tentacle hand things as well with the aged hide. From there, we're going to move to the bottom of the model. Same thing with the aged hide. Just slapping paint on it. Be as heavy as you like. The important thing with speed paint, in my opinion, is to just keep your brush moving. If you can keep your brush moving, it's going to end up looking really, really good. And that's the thing too. If you go super heavy on your paint, that's fine. It's going to pool more. Just make sure that you keep that brush moving. And your end result's going to look something like this. And we're almost done, but not quite. So we're going to take some palette bone, and we're going to pick out these little teeth claw thingies right here along the bottom of the model, just to make them look a little bit more natural, a little bit more crusty. And then, of course, per usual, we're going to black out the base with our matte black. And if you followed along, your end result is going to end up looking something like this. And there you have it, guys. She's a simple model, but she looks so much better with paint on her. I hope you agree. I hope you've been following along. I hope you've been painting along. And most importantly, I hope you've been having fun with this painting series. Drop me a comment down below. Let me know if you are indeed following along. Tell me how your progress is going. If you have any questions, if you have any issues, I'd be happy to address them as best as I can. Also, if you are watching, following along, painting along, and this has been helpful for you, consider checking out my Patreon down below. For about the price of a cup of coffee, you can keep these videos a-flowing. Shout out to my top tier patrons, Tyler, Dan, Steven, and JB. You guys are my heroes. I sincerely appreciate you. Stay tuned next week, guys, because we'll have another episode cranked out for you. Be good.